Hi folks, this is Don Schaefer. Excited to be with you once again. I know last week we had a fantastic time together. We were talking about getting a new start, having a new start in life, and talking about the fact that God does give us an opportunity to start over. You know, a lot of times people call it the born again experience. It's an opportunity to take the old book and shove it aside and allow a whole new book and a whole new chapters to be written in your life. And I know a lot of times people get themselves in very stressful, hard situations, and they look at themselves saying there is absolutely no hope. But, you know, I'm here to say that there is hope. You know, we can always be able to get ourselves in a situation where we can change ourselves and allow ourselves to be changed, because God has given us that opportunity in life. And as we trust in Him, and as we live for Him and look for Him to work in our lives, He opens up avenues where great things can happen. But this week, I want to talk about you got to see it. And I know the Bible talks about Jesus is the light of the world. And, you know, He allows His light to shine into darkness. Well, a lot of times in our life, too, it's our self-image is something that we have to establish, because we will never go beyond the level of what we see ourselves doing. And I know as young people, we are developed in a way where we develop an image of ourselves and our capabilities. And for some people, they're fortunate enough, blessed enough to be in families that have a good, healthy self-image of themselves, and they teach their children also to have a good, solid, and healthy self-image. But a lot of times that's not the case. You know, and that's where the Word of God tells us that we were wonderfully made, that God has had a plan for us since the very beginning, and God is trying to get us into a place where we can see and believe that we have possibilities and greatness lying before us. And that's where I want to encourage you this week to really think about the fact of how do you see yourself? How do you see the possibilities in your life? How do you see God working in your life? Because I know the Word of God talks about how great we are. And I know I used an example this week of talking about Thomas Edison. You know, how we went down to Florida one time, and we had the privilege of viewing his workshop. And this was an area that they told us that he went through like 10,000 light bulbs trying to perfect the perfect light bulb. And he took a world of darkness and brought it into light, because he had a vision. He had an image of himself. He had an image of what he could do, and he pursued it. I know he had a desk there, and that always interested me a little bit. He had a desk, and he said he used to move some of the stuff aside, and he'd take cat naps on the desk so he wouldn't leave the project, because he was dedicated to seeing this thing through. And it's the same thing in our lives, but we got to see it. We got to see it in our life. We got to have a good, healthy self-image, and that's where I am here to say that you are a child of the Most High God, and God has created you with greatness in mind. And I pray that you can see yourself that way, and that you can continue to expand the things that you are doing in your life. I want to thank you for being with me. You have yourself a wonderful week, and I'll see you next week. Let's go after it. Thank you.